Hello, and welcome to Tales from the Pennybloods. Our latest episode, Snowbound in Song, is a musical farce inspired by an actual incident first reported in 1850 in Charles Dickinson's periodical Household Words.
The year is 1853, the end of 1853, and Italian bel canto is the new craze running like fire across the continent. And I am Ada Rosselli, prima donna of the Favreau Opera Company. Maestro Favreau is our beloved conductor, and our manager is the lovely Signor Perkins, who looks after us like we are his children. He is so good with us, we who are, well, inclined to be pampered by all the attention we receive. For we are quite popular, you know, and have left our home at the l'Opéra Comique in Paris to make a tour of the British Isles. We have just performed in Edinburgh. As you can hear, the audience loves us before we begin our tour of the Hebrides. Oh, but the weather was cold. I call 1853 the year of the white adventure. Now you shall hear why.
Not yet. One more call. Again, back you go.
Come, bravi, come. Let us drink it all up.
Oh, very well. Just one. But then I shall want double servings of dinner, and I will escort you this time.
Be careful, Riccardo. Giorgio will suspect something.
I don't care a damn if he does.
My dears, my wonderful, wonderful singers, ye executors of the vocal arts, ye birds of song, tonight has been a stupendous success, and I dare to predict a brilliant forecast of your tour, which begins tonight. We leave by the night train, and we shall have a whole carriage at our disposal for our rehearsals.
Imagine a whole carriage to ourselves.
We can rehearse all the way.
No top seats before 10 in the morning, I pray, or the engine driver will think it's an emergency and stop the train.
Can you imagine the Hebrides? What an adventure this will be.
I've heard the Highlands are breathtaking. I can't wait to sing in such a stunning setting.
The Scottish Isles do have a certain magic about them. I've always wanted to perform there.
And we'll be singing our hearts out, just like we did tonight. The Hebrides won't know what's happened.
Do you think the locals will appreciate our new opera? I've heard they have their own traditional music.
I've arranged for accommodation in some charming Highland towns. We'll be welcomed with open arms, I'm sure of it.
We must make this tour unforgettable. We are bringing the gift of the maestro to places that will not have heard his music.
We'll positively shine on stage.
I heard tale of a monster in one of the lakes. Perhaps we can give it a part in our opera.
As long as it can sing in tune, we might consider it.
A toast! A toast!
Alla musica!
To song!
To love!
To life and liberty!
Careful now, Mr. Riccardo, or they'll take you for a revolutionary.
Mr. Perkins, before we disperse, I have telegrams here from the stage manager of the Savoy in Dumfries, the company manager of the Grand Theatre in Glasgow, and the Unity Theatre of Inverness, all marked urgent.
Oh la la!
What do they say?
Allow me to read them out. Dumfries, request change of date, stop. Theatre in repair, stop. Exchange with Inverness.
What does Inverness say?
Inverness says, request change of date, stop. Exchange with Glasgow, stop.
And Dumfries?
Dumfries says, we welcome with open arms, stop. All is prepared, stop. We await you tomorrow.
It appears that there is to be some slight change to the itinerary. But otherwise, all is as it should be. We simply take the train for Dumfries instead of Inverness, and then we will go north to Inverness instead of Glasgow, and then Glasgow instead of Inverness.
Isn't that Glasgow after Dumfries instead of Inverness, and Inverness before Glasgow instead of Dumfries?
I think, in any case, Dumfries is now the first port of call. The rest we can sort on the way. I have arranged for our travel meanwhile, and it is with extreme humility and pride that I announce we have been offered the use of the Laird's private train for the whole tour, and all we need do is to get ourselves to the station in an hour or so.
An hour? My word!
An hour? What is this? This is too much.
Impossible.
How very inconvenient.
Is it?
I had made arrangements.
Oh, anything that can be rearranged?
I dare say, and a tour in the Duke's own private train makes up for a good deal, don't you think?
Oh, my hats! And where are my
I
gloves?
need to change. Julio, come! Help me at once.
I, as the company baritone, have the thankless task of seeing the beautiful Ada Rosselli constantly sung to by the lead tenor Giorgio, the best of fellows on the whole, but inclined to fawn over Ada, which I barely support. But there was no time to lose. The Duke's train awaited us at his own railway station, which fairly bustled with activity as the opera troupe boarded the train, greeted by a flurry of farewells from devoted admirers. Ada, graciously as always, accepted their flowers and their applause. Acknowledging the well-wishers with a regal nod, the atmosphere was charged with excitement.
Thank you, my dear friends, for these magnificent bouquets. I look forward to performing for you on our return.
Madame Anna, would you be so good as to sign the program? It would be such an honor.
But of course. Oh, has anyone a pen?
There is a writing desk in your cabin, Miss Frizelli, if you will allow me to show you.
Oh, how convenient. The wonders of travel.
They adore her.
She is divine.
A spectacular performance, my dear Ada. Yet the true spectacle awaits us in the Highlands. Our voices shall unite and echo throughout the mountains.
My dear Giorgio, I hope so, or the audience will have a hard time of hearing us.
United in song and, I hope, in tune.
What's that?
I thought that note in Lunga de Lei was a little off, didn't you?
I protest. Never. Maestro!
Over here, Signor Giorgio.
Did I or did I not sing the all of my aria in...
What was that? Speak up, I can't hear you.
I ask you, did I not sing the all of my aria in perfect key?
Is this the last of the luggage?
Oh, my hat box! Where is it?
There, is that it? Oh, there is a blue trunk labeled costumi. Is that...
In the guardroom, sir. I can show you if you like.
Ladies and gentlemen, everything has now been stored on board. All your luggage is being placed in your cabins. May I invite you to board the train as we shall be departing shortly.
Further up the platform, another passenger was being helped aboard, very quietly and without fuss.
Would Mr. Green prefer coffee, hot chocolate or tea in the morning?
I will ask. Vi chiede cosa preferite per la colazione?
Yes, I understood him. Tell him tea, but without that infernal milk they put in it.
He prefers tea without milk.
Very good, sir. And anything else?
Tell him only peace and quiet.
That will be all. He requires only solitude.
There will be plenty of that. As you can see, the whole carriage is entirely at your disposal. There will be nobody here to disturb you. Allow me to show you to your cabin.
As the troop settled into the train, the rivalry between Giorgio and Riccardo grew, rather more noticeable. Giorgio always tries to outdo Riccardo in compliments. Of course, I enjoy the attention, but I am sure I do not encourage him much. More roses. Who are these from?
Can you not guess by now? I give you these every time.
So you do.
And as we cross the moors, I shall recite you the All of Dante's Ode to Beatrice, La Vita Nova.
Must you, dear Giorgio? I fear you will wear your voice out.
Never! My voice is your servant, and with it I shall conjure up the magic of the Highlands for you.
Ignore him, Ada. The true magic lies in the depth of my voice.
Depth? More like a bottomless pit.
Meanwhile, the mysterious passenger had boarded the train, but not without attracting the attention of fellow travelers, myself included, who speculated about his identity.
Did you see the passenger boarding the train at the other end?
Yes, all muffled up. Who do you think he is, all alone in that carriage?
Probably a wealthy recluse. I've heard they exist.
Perhaps he's a spy from a rival opera company, here to steal the secret to our success.
Or a secret admirer of Miss Ada's in disguise.
What a drama. How many admirers does she need, for heaven's sake?
You're not jealous, are you, my dear?
Would it matter? Whoever hears the second soprano anyway?
I do, my dear.
Now, everyone has found their cabins, I trust? Excelente. Now, allow me to show you our rehearsal room. If you would be so kind, Mr. Conductor, as to open this door.
Immediately, sir. There you are.
Et voila! A whole carriage at our complete disposal for rehearsals.
Oh, it's lovely!
Is it not magnificent? Complete with grand piano.
It is. It is indeed magnificent, Signor Perkins. You are a magician.
Not at all, my dear Ada. Anything for you, my children.
Such deep carpet. What a beautiful blue.
I must say, this is all very comfortable.
It is adequate. Quite adequate. Let me test it out.
We shall be in perfect harmony by the time we reach Dumfries. La 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 la.
Well, how does it seem? Is everything in order?
It seems so. I thank you for your service.
I reminded the conductor of your instructions. He seems a simple fellow, but diligent.
I have no doubt all will go well. It is all the time I need until Dumfries. Manetti will meet me at the station.
Well and good. Is there anything else you need before I depart?
I can think of nothing. I must rely on sign language if so. Thank you, my friend. Leave now before they start the train.
Addio, signore, and buon viaggio.
Mesdames et messieurs, signore et signori, mein Herr Johann, let us take one last farewell of our admirers who are standing on the platform yet.
Farewell!
Farewell!
Adieu!
Farewell!
Until next time.
Goodbye!
Until we return in triumph. Chiavan pensiero.
Au revoir! Bon voyage! Au revoir! Au revoir! Goodbye! Goodbye, thank you! Have a nice trip!
The station master blew one last whistle. The train pulled out of the station and rolled gently on into the unknown, propelling our gallant cast deeper into the Highland night to face who knows what adventures, both romantic and unexpected.
Oh, how I adore to travel by train. It is so exciting.
Indeed, quite how exciting we could not have imagined. As the train vanished into the night, I saw a few snowflakes settle on the ground.
The elfin night stands on yon hill, blow, blow, blow is blow, blowing his horn loud and shrill, and the wind has blown my blood away. If I had yon horn in my fist, blow, 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 wind blow, and the bonny lad that here I lost, and the wind has blown my blood away, and the wind has blown my blood away. Blow, 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 winds blow, and the wind has blown my blood away.
Morning followed night with the unexpected.
Oh, is it morning already? Where are we?
It's only me, ma'am, with your morning chocolate.
Ah, my chocolat. Superb. Just one moment. Thank you, Dora. Over there will do. Where are we?
Why, Miss Ada, there's such a to-do.
Why? What happened? Why is the train not moving? Have we arrived?
Well, no, miss. In a manner of speaking, the train isn't moving because...
Not moving? Not arrived? Where are we?
Why, nowhere, miss. As far as I can understand, the conductor tells us to carry on, but where we're to carry on to is more than I can understand.
But what on earth? Where is the conductor? Conductor?
Right here, Miss Roselli. Now, don't you fret. We've hit a bit of snow on the line is all.
All? All? A bit of snow? Oh, my goodness. Everything is white.
Indeed it is, miss.
As I was saying, Miss Roselli, there's nothing to fret about, just a bit of snow. We'll be moving along again once it's been cleared. Might I suggest you enjoy your chocolate in peace and quiet while breakfast is prepared in the restaurant car?
Conductor! Conductor!
I'll be right with you, Mr. Perkins. Good morning to you, Miss Roselli, Miss Tubb.
Thank you. Well, an adventure in white. How will this turn out, I wonder? Thank you, Dora. Fetch me my day dress, if you would be so kind, and fetch me the hat box. You know, the new one with the green ribbon.
Oh, certainly, miss.
My dear fellow, it is all very well and good, but what am I to tell them all? Are we to wait until it all melts? We could be here until spring.
Not at all, not at all. Why, we do get a regular bit of snow around these parts, you know, and it gets cleared soon enough. The driver sent a messenger off first thing this morning to the nearest town for help.
First thing this morning? But how long will it take?
Oh, a matter of hours. With any luck, we'll be on the move later today.
Later today? Later today?
Everything will be looked after, you will see. Aye, we had this happen last winter too. I remember it took them 2 days to dig us out last time.
Merciful heavens, I shall need to let everyone know. What can I tell them? Come, you will accompany me to the rehearsal carriage, if you please.
Why, certainly, Mr. Perkins.
Oh, Elif.
My dears, my children, here is the conductor with some encouraging news. Listen, listen.
As I was saying to Mr. Perkins, there has been some snowfall, as a result of which the train is snowbound for the moment. But fear not, a messenger is on his way to the nearest town for help. It does happen in winter that we get stuck, but we'll be out in no time.
How long will it take him?
A matter of hours. They should be here to clear the snow sometime this afternoon, if all goes well.
If all goes well, words to set a tremor in the stoutest of hearts.
Huh? Shock! They are clearly used to the situation here. Why can't you not keep a stout heart in your own chest and never mind the rest?
Indeed, we must keep up our spirits. There is no place for alarm and panic here.
We are indeed well used to this, and worse. Why, last year alone it took us...
Yes, thank you. We understand. A matter of hours, as you said.
Good morning, all.
My goodness, Ada. Are you going out?
Oh, heavens, my hat. I forgot to take it off. What do you think? Too many feathers?
It's gorgeous. Is it new?
Yes, to go with my... that is, a costume I have had made. I think I might wear it in Act 2. What do you say?
Splendid.
The feathers are... ticklish. How can I perform?
You will simply need to stand back from her when singing, my friend. The feathers are too good to do without.
I agree. They are a beautiful colour.
Let us see when we rehearse. Now, did anyone say anything about breakfast?
And what of our other fellow traveller, the gentleman in the other carriage at the end?
There is a conductor for that carriage too. The passenger chooses to stay where he is and is quite well.
Perhaps he would like to join us.
I believe he prefers absolute peace and quiet.
Invite him to lunch, if he should feel so inclined.
I shall offer him your kind invitation.
Now let us go for breakfast. Then we can begin rehearsals.
Signor, there is a lot of snow, but we are quite safe. Help is on the way.
Eh?
I am to tell you that there is nothing to fear.
Via, no se disturba qui!
Well, I'm sure I don't know but what I've done my duty. But as the poor gentleman don't speak English nor Gaelic, I'll need to find someone who can traducate for me.
More toast?
Have you tried the porridge?
It's all fair cooked.
Herr Johann, do try some. It is so excellent.
I thank you, Miss Ada.
Well, it's like this, Mr. Perkins. My colleague who keeps the other carriage...
Ah, yes, the solitary passenger.
Now, he's tried explaining to the gentleman the situation, that there is help on the way, but the poor gentleman doesn't speak a word of English, and my colleague only a smattering of French. We were wondering whether one of your party could write down in the right language and we could, push it under the door for him.
By all means. We have all manner of nationalities on board.
I believe Italian to be the gentleman's native language. Is there perhaps...
But yes, of course. Our leading soprano, Miss Ada Rosselli, and baritone Riccardo Guelfi will be happy to assist, I am sure. Tell me what we must write down.
Yes, this must go. And here, I shall add... What's that? What they are trying to do to me? Am I to have no peace? What is this scrap of paper? Ah, I see. Yes, I understood as much. The train is not moving. All is white outside. Yes, of course, we are snowbound. Do they take me for a fool? Have they gone away at last? Let me write something down.
Well, after an excellent breakfast like that, we shall surely surpass ourselves today in song.
Indeed, it was quite the banquet. I shall not need to eat anything more for a week, I do declare.
It seems in need of tuning. What does our maestro think?
I tuned it last night, but of course, constant movement of the train will not do it much good. Let me try again.
La 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 la
Yes, I think we can begin. Act 1, Scene 1.
May we have our libretto?
Yes, I need my notes.
But of course, how remiss of me. They should be in the piano stool. 1 second. No, they are not. How curious. Mr. Perkins? Mr. Perkins?
Here, Maestro, what has happened?
The libretti, the music scores, they are not here.
Oh, but they must be. I made sure they were put in the music stool as you instructed.
Let us look again. No, they are patently not there. Aha! What about over there by the window?
That is a writing desk, but let us open it and see. No, nothing there either. Dear me,
Where could they
me,
be?
where can they have
couldn't
got
have
to?
just walked off.
They must be here somewhere.
A fervent search began in the morning and continued until noon, but there was nothing to be found.
I knew I should have packed mine away in my portmanteau.
It is a conspiracy. Our rivals have...
Our rivals, if they had any sense at all, will be tucked up in their homes drinking hot coffee.
Could it be a prank?
I tell you, it's a plot. They're out to get me. Marvicini, Fortunaccio, Sarabande.
Maravicini is in Paris, Fortunaccio is in Germany, and Sarabande is recovering from a nervous collapse in Geneva.
Oh, the poor dear man, I must send flowers.
Besides which, do you really think they could hide on board expressively for the purpose of stealing our librettos? What could they hope to gain?
It's an attack, I tell you, out of pure envy. They know it is a new opera, and they refuse to acknowledge my talent.
What talent might that be? For histrionics?
I am the lead tenor of opera houses across Europe. How dare they?
My dear fellow, you are a passable actor, and your top C is usually in form. But you must allow that you are here, and not in Milan, whereas Maravicini and Fortunaccio...
Miserabile! I'm here to share my art, along with Madame Edda.
Really? And because of the goodness of her heart?
Ha! How dare you!
Gentlemen, please.
This is not over!
Ah, he's off again. It will blow over. Until then, I suggest we sing something we know already.
We are performing the Barbara of Seville next month in London. Why don't we practice that?
Excellent idea.
Why, look! What's that?
What's what?
That piece of paper on the floor by the piano. It fluttered out when Maestro Favreau opened the piano stool. It has writing on it.
Let me see. Why, so it does. But how extraordinary.
Why? What does it say?
Just one word. Aspetta.
Wait. Only that? Just wait?
Is there nothing else written on there?
Nothing at all.
Wait for what, I wonder?
A little less vibrato, perhaps.
May I finish in the lower key?
I think so, for now. Oh, but remember what the audience shall expect when we are back in Paris. A little less affectionate, perhaps?
Figaro and Rosina are old friends, aren't they?
Outrageous! She is supposed to be in love with me, the Count Alvaro.
Yes, let us try this again.
No. I refuse under these circumstances.
Having difficulty singing from memory? A pity we don't have our prompter with us. Would someone like to oblige?
I do not have any difficulty with my memory. It is you. Why must you sing with Ada as though you are the lead tenor?
I am Figaro, the barber of Seville, which makes me the lead baritone for a change.
Maestro, I protest.
Oh dear, poor Giorgio's self-esteem is punctured.
Let us continue. Gentlemen, please.
All of you, be quiet!
Meanwhile, unbeknown to us, the rest of the cast continued to hunt the libretto and wandered so far as the guard's car at the rear of the train.
The costume box is searched.
The wig boxes contain wigs? And this?
Oh, what is it? A rat?
Signor Giorgio wears it in Lucia de Lammermoor.
Oh, surely not.
He does, I tell you. I've had to stand behind him on stage and keep a straight face at the same time. There's some scary things in opera, I tell you.
Speaking of scary, did anyone else hear someone singing during the night?
Well, it is an opera company. Was it Giorgio's flat A again?
No, not on board here. It must have been after the train stopped. All was quiet. Sounded like a woman out there in the countryside.
Out in all that snow? You must have been dreaming.
Oh, come quickly! Come and help! Signor Giorgio's challenging Signor Riccardo to a duel. Please, come and restrain him. He's gone quite mad. Where are they?
Signor Giorgio has climbed up on top of the train. Riccardo followed him to get him down. Giorgio slapped him with his glove, and now he's reciting Shakespeare.
Shakespeare? Oh, I tell, he has gone quite mad. If only people would treat him kinder.
I am surrounded by lunatics! Summon the conductor! Where is he?
Yes, where is the conductor? You, Franco, and Johann, go see if you can find him. Tell him what's happened. I must...
What are you going to do?
I must go up to the roof and persuade them to come down.
How did they get up in the first place?
They went through the door at the end of the carriage and climbed up the ladder there.
Ah, ma foi! Il y a des fous ici!
Giorgio! Dear Giorgio! Do come back down like a good fellow! Come, we can discuss this inside in the warm. I shall say whatever you wish. Only do come back down. It's too perishing cold to stay out here.
Never!
Fallen off the roof! Oh, somebody help him! Let me go!
You are in no fit state, my dear, and you are not dressed for outside.
Oh, mercy's sake! Someone do something!
The railway madness!
What is he doing now?
I think he's reciting Hamlet.
Oh, fool me day! C'est incroyable!
Here is the conductor, Maestro.
Now then, what seems to be the problem?
Our manager is on the roof, with our lead baritone and our lead tenor is lying outside in the snow. So you tell me, what is the problem?
Good heavens. Well, however, did he... What is this? Snow madness? We'll have to get him back in sharp or he'll catch his death.
Hello! I've got him! I need a hand carrying him in.
I will be right there. Now, you, sir, go to the next carriage and tell the conductor what has happened and ask him to bring blankets and brandy.
Right away.
Dear, dear, what a to-do. What a to-do.
I shall come as well.
Do be careful.
Oh, we are under a curse.
Aye, the curse of the singing maid.
The curse of the singing maid?
Oh, gracious! What can he mean by that?
He has mild concussion. Best to keep him warm.
I have brought cologne.
Excellent. Keep bathing his temples with that. I shall go for help.
Go for help? Where? Do you not realize where we are?
There will be help coming soon.
So far, there is no sign of anyone coming. We need a doctor at least, and if we do not get the snow cleared, we must find the nearest place that offers us transportation.
But look outside. Everything is covered.
I beseech you, sir, to wait until the messenger arrives. He at least knows the way and can guide you.
It will be late by then. At least point me out in the direction he went. With any luck, I shall come upon him on the way.
The stage, and all the men
And he's off again.
Here are the blankets and the brandy.
And
Where
one
is
man
the
in his
poor
time
soul?
plays many
Oh, thank
parts.
goodness. Here,
His acts
let
are
me
being
take
7
them.
ages.
And a request
At
from
first
the
the
gentleman
infant
in the
mewling
next
and
carriage.
puking in
If
the
we could all
nurse's
be a
arms.
bit quieter.
Indeed.
Well, really, the impudence.
And who is he, I should like to know?
A gentleman who requires peace and quiet, and took the whole carriage for the purpose of travelling in complete tranquility. We have to accommodate all our passengers' comfort, you know.
Well, perhaps you might inform him of the present situation here.
It's as much as I can do to make him understand anything, English not being his native tongue.
Oh, what language does he speak, then?
I understand the gentleman to be of Italian extraction. Indeed, Miss Ada was so kind as to translate a message for him earlier.
Well, no. If Miss would be so kind as to read over what the gentleman has written in reply, I should count it a great favour on your part.
But of course, I should be happy to.
Here, see if you can make out what it is.
Zitti, cheti, attenti all'opera. Zitti, zitti, cheti, cheti, attenti all'opera. But how strange.
Well, Miss?
Quiet, quiet, careful, careful, to work.
Indeed, Miss. Well, it makes no more sense in English than it did before.
Insist on this foolhardy endeavour.
I do.
Then at least allow some of us to accompany you.
Do not leave us, Mr. Perkins.
Yeah, Herr Perkins must stay here. I will go with Signor Ricardo. I am used to this snow. It is nothing. We shall find a town, a doctor, some horses, and all will be good. Yeah? I will get my coat.
And I will go too. Wait for me.
Take care.
I only wish I could take you with me. Then I could be certain of your safety. Stay close by Maestro Favreau and Mr. Perkins. We shall be back before you know it.
I fear it will be dark before long.
We're taking lanterns. I confess I have more faith in finding help than I do of the messenger making it back tonight.
You speak very confidently, but remember, we are not familiar with this land.
I spoke to the conductor earlier. He pointed out the direction. We need only keep a straight line over the hill and we shall find a small town. But we must be brisk.
Ah, there you are. Ready?
Farewell, Ada. We shall return.
Godspeed.
Indeed.
Sir, you mentioned a curse earlier.
Oh, it was a moment's distraction. I meant nothing by it.
You said the curse of the singing maid. What does that mean?
Oh, it's an old story. I won't fear your pretty head with it.
Indeed you won't. It takes more than a mere ghost story to affear me, but I am curious. What is the legend to this singing maid? Come, I am a singer myself, you know, so you shall satisfy my curiosity.
Aye, well, it'll be no more than an old wives' tale. But the long and the short of it is, a young lass called Mary McKenna used to shepherd the hills around here, and 'tis said she had the fairest voice of any. Then she fell in love with a young man from the lowlands, and all as happy as could be. They were fixed to marry in December, and he went walking to the next town for a licence. But the snow came down real hard, and he never came back. So Mary McKenna went a-looking for him, singing as she went. And they was both found at last, deep in the snow, in one last fateful embrace. And ever since then, when the snow lies close and deep like it does now, there's folk that says you can hear his singing still, and that it means grave peril when you do. The curse of the singing maid, they call it. And now I've made you pale and worried, and all for naught. 'Tis nothing more than old tales, so it is.
Indeed, you are right, and a very sad one too.
I heard a woman singing last night, out over the landscape.
So did I. I knew it wasn't a dream.
It's getting darker now, and still no sign of the messenger.
Perhaps it's the singing maid who stole the libretto.
And perhaps it's the singing maid who is a solitary passenger in disguise.
It is an old story, as the conductor said. All the same, I wish Ricardo had not gone out.
But what if it was the strange solitary gentleman in the next carriage?
How do you mean?
What if it was he who took the librettos?
And left the paper with the word wait on it, and then his reply to the conductor about the snow? Zitti, zitti, chetti, chetti, all'opera. It is familiar. I think it means something.
I still say it's a member of some royal family in disguise after a secret marriage.
If it isn't one of us...
My good girl, what on earth for?
It's a new opera, isn't it? By Maestro Verdi, no less. What it might not mean to sell it to another theatre company and so perform it before we do. There's plenty of greedy people about.
What a very distasteful idea. Oh dear, how much brandy has she given him?
Nearly at the crest of the hill. I hope we shall see some lights soon.
There is a clear sky. That is good. See up there, Herr Ricardo, the North Star.
You are a navigator, my friend. Come, lead the way.
We are going good, mein Herr. Only a few more paces and...
Listen. What is that?
What?
Listen.
It is unearthly.
Yeah, exquisite.
But who could be out here in this weather singing?
Hello! Hello there!
Let us continue over the hill.
The singing is over here, to the right.
Is anyone there?
My dear Miss Ada, what is the matter?
Listen, can you hear?
Hear what?
Someone singing, out there.
Meanwhile, Giorgio, plied with brandy, his mind afire with the idea of the solitary passenger stealing the librettos, had gone with one or two others to the carriage of the mysterious traveller, a mad plan forming in his mind.
Now I shall shout, Fuoco! On the count of 3, together, you shout, fire! You understand me? Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Fuoco! Fuoco!
Fire!
Fuoco!
Diamine! In manuscritto!
Fuoco!
Sì, arrivo! Un attimo solo!
He's coming out. Stand well back. Let him come out. Then take him by the arms. Ecco qua.
We have him.
No, signore.
Search him. Aha, look at this. Ladro, thief. Avete rubato il nostro libretto.
Che? Rubato? Io? Sono io che l'ha scritto! Impio!
Hey, you? You wrote La Traviata?
Yes, of course I did, you idiot. And because of singers like you, it was a disaster at the opening night. So I have been rewriting it before you can ruin it forever.
What?
Oh, maestro, forgive me. Perdonami. Oh.
What is all this commotion? Ladies, gentlemen, I must ask you to retire to your own carriage. Mr. Green requires solitude in which to work.
Never mind, I have finished.
What does he say?
He says he has finished.
Oh, aye. Then he'll join us for a meal in the dining car. We've decided to serve food there to save the heat.
The conductor invites you to eat with everyone in the main dining carriage. It will be warmer.
Very well. I shall join you there later.
Well, Maestro Verdi, here on this train, and I dare to lay a hand on him.
You weren't to know. Come, let us return to the rehearsal carriage. It is warmer there.
Hello!
Hello!
Hello?
Hello!
Hello? Hello? The singing. It has stopped.
Look! Down there! Lights!
Some are moving toward us as well.
Hello?
Hello!
Hello?
Hello.
Good evening, gentlemen. You'll be from the train, I take it?
Indeed we are, and a welcome sight you make.
Oh, aye. We're bringing the horses and the plough. But it took a while longer than expected. Many are out to helping other folks.
There is another reason for our venturing forth. We need a doctor. One of the singers has some concussion.
There is a doctor with us. He is bringing his horses.
Hi, that's me.
You are lucky, gentlemen, you came this way. There's a bad dip in the land. Had you gone the other way round, we might have lost you for good.
Indeed? Well, it was thanks to the young lady we heard singing earlier.
Singing?
Indeed. Beautiful singing. But she stopped.
Just before we saw you.
Aye, there's some as hear about the moors on nights like these. Oh, come. Let us get to the train and set you free of the snow.
Aye, and you can tell me more about this patient of yours. How did he receive his concussion?
Well, it was like this. He climbed up onto the roof.
You allowed Signor Giorgio to wander the train under the influence of brandy and concussion? I thought you were looking after him.
I couldn't stop him. Besides, he seemed so sure of it all.
Ah, well, we must simply work hard at dinner to placate the maestro. I am sure we will have plenty to do with the new libretto. I wonder what changes he has made.
Hello! Hello there! Hello there!
Hello!
Oh, can it be? Are they...
Ladies and gentlemen, help is here at last.
Ricardo?
Here! I am here! And we have food as well. Come, take this and this.
A banquet. Fit for a king.
Come, let us set the table, and we have a special guest this evening.
Indeed?
The conductor has gone to fetch him.
Our mystery fellow traveler is to make an appearance then.
Yes, but wait until you see who it is.
My dear, the suspense will surely be too much for me. Who?
Oh, I believe he is arriving now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long and wearisome day filled with travails and excursions of no small account. Yet we have come through it all together safely, and even as I speak, the snow is being cleared. We have been given food, drink, and are now privileged to be in the company of a very special person indeed, a wizard of modern harmonies. and the composer of our latest opera, La Traviata, il Signore Giuseppe Verdi.
I thank you, my, dare I say, friends. You shall give this work its next hearing in the wild northern slope of this land, far away from the critics of the so-called fashionable ears and tastes, so-called modern people, who yet wish to listen to the past and not look at the present. Far away from such people, you shall perform it in its new form. The fallen woman, or La Traviata, shall rise again. I have been working on its imperfections, and once I knew you will all be on the board of the Duke's train, I made sure to come to the rehearsal carriage and remove the libretto so you would not continue to study its imperfections. I left a note, which I believe you understood. Aspetta, wait. I asked you to wait while I finished reworking it. I also wrote another note in reply to your conductor.
Zitti,
chetti, all'opera.
I knew I had heard those before. It's from Rigoletto, isn't it?
Quietly, stealthy to work. I was close to the end, and today I finished. You will see some changes, most particularly in the second and third act. I believe these changes shall rescue my work from the oblivion of the future. But now I need you to give it off your best. I trust in you. My life, my art, rests with you. Salute!
Salute!
Shall I, my dear?
Yes, tell them.
My friends, amid so much excitement and jubilation, it seems the right moment to share our own news with you. And it is this. After many pleasant moments shared on stage, Miss Ada Rosselli has elected to share many more pleasant moments with me off stage. In short, she did me the honor this week of becoming Mrs. Guelphy. We are man and wife.
Hurrah! Bravo!
My dear friends, my beloved Miss Ada, no, I must call you now Mrs. Guelphy. Forgive me my importunities, but believe me when I say my devotion to you both remains unaltered. Riccardo, my brother in music, Ada, my sister. I must tell you, I, who have suffered a madness of the mind, have been brought back to my sanity by the gentle ministrations of one who has become more than a friend to me, and who I hope will honour me in time by becoming my wife. I give you Miss Marie Delphine.
Oh,
what is it?
My friends, the last of the snow has been cleared. We are free. We are moving towards the future. Our next adventure awaits. A triumph, a veritable triumph, my dears, my songbird.
Well, and were you able to make those rearrangements after all?
By the wondrous power of the telegram, I think so. That is, if you can bear the comfort and luxury of honeymooning in a grand suite overlooking the sea.
Oh, I think I shall manage that very well indeed, mio caro.